Day 3 of the 30-day talking on camera challenge. Let's go. In this video, I want to make a video that will save you years of time on YouTube. And it will make you more money and make everything more enjoyable for you. Let's drop the source. A lot of creators, coaches, entrepreneurs are out there making tutorials. They are trying to be as helpful, God bless them, as possible to their audience by making a step-by-step, like step-by-step screen recorded tutorial to help out their ICP, their avatar. That's cool. You can be helpful and you could probably build a nice little business doing that. Maybe. But I think personally it's a mistake. And in my experience, it's a mistake that I have made that has made me less money, made things less enjoyable, and not built me a business with any kind of longevity. And the reason for this is that if you're making like step-by-step how-to content, like real tutorials, then you are not building a personal brand. You are building a tutorial database which some people will watch one of those videos and then won't watch any of the rest. It's a big mistake, and you can be doing this for years and not really get anywhere, because one of your tutorials might appear on YouTube search and you get loads of views, and that can be great, and then you could have literally only like 50 views on all of your other videos because people are searching for very specific things rather than wanting to watch you as a creator. What's the solution? Well, I'm making this video because I got a comment from, can't remember the name, somebody who commented this on one of my videos recently in this 30-day challenge. And he said something along the lines of, I'm making tutorial content and people say my videos are a bit boring. How can I make them more entertaining and more fun? This is a bit of a reframe. It's not about making your tutorial videos more fun and more entertaining. It's about taking a step back and looking at your YouTube channel, not as a tutorial database, but as a show. And the show is going to be called the, insert your name here, show. So for example, these YouTube videos, my YouTube channel is The Thomas Show. This is a chance where I get like a 10-minute window to have fun, to connect with you guys, and talk about how you are going to get from your problem to your dream within a very specific way. Let's unpack what I just said, because there's quite a lot in that bundle of sentences I just dropped. A show is a very different perspective from a tutorial, right? I hope you're already seeing that. If I'm making a show, if I'm thinking this is the weekly Your Name show, like that's a fundamentally different frame to come at this whole YouTube game with. Because what it means is that you're sharing more of your personality. You're talking more about your philosophies. You're sharing your experiences. You're sharing your stories. You're sharing your personality through your shot or through your content. And that's what makes your show your show. That's what gets people coming back. And what this creates if you start doing this show is videos that people can binge watch. They want to watch one and they watch another. I got a comment a few months ago, which I love. It was from, I think it was one of my clients. Yeah, one of my clients said this to me. She said, I signed up to your program because I found your videos to be like music. I was like, oh my Lord, you couldn't have said anything better to me. She said, your videos are like music. I'm like, what do you mean by that? She's like, it's like you start watching the video and you get into this certain kind of vibe and you have this certain kind of enjoyment through watching it, and it's not just information. I'm like, you just hit the nail on the head. Make your videos like music. Like music, you wanna feel a certain way, you're gonna put a certain artist on. You know, you're gonna put, I don't know, you're on a road trip, you put the Beatles on, right? You want that certain vibe. So creating a show, man, it's so much more fun. And what it means is that you don't have to be like squeezing your brain like a lemon, like milking a cow, when you're trying to make all these like really complicated step-by-step tutorials to try and help people. Instead, you can help people more. That's the crazy thing here. I'm not saying you're talking about a bunch of fluff to fill people's time and not actually educate anyone. you're actually helping people more. And the reason is because value is you can distinguish it in a few different ways. When people think, right, I need to give value on YouTube, a lot of people just go, right, I need to make tutorials. I need to just like give people as much practical value as possible. There's a time and a place for that. And it's usually inside your courses rather than on YouTube. You can also give value through making your videos like music. Like, do you think music is valuable? Do you get value from music? I get a lot of value from music. Fucking love music. So value doesn't have to just be information. Value can be vibes, connection, meaning. Like, you can create meaning for people, and that's valuable. Right? That's what art is. And so if you can start wrapping your information inside your own perspectives, your experiences, your stories, but also meaning, purpose, enjoyment, entertainment, then that's going to be making your videos way more valuable to your audience. And it's going to be a show that people can turn up to every single week and binge watch, rather than a tutorial that gets loads of views and then not watching the next video. That's the basic lowdown that I wanted to give you here. I hope it sparks some ideas. When I think about YouTube in this way, it makes it so much more exciting. Like, oh, I can make a show, I get to make a show. Like, that's sick. Rather than I have to make another value video. And I want to leave you with this. This is a slightly more practical way to start actually like shaping this into your videos and your points. Let's say you're making a video that is about your topic, right? Let's say it's about, I don't know, coffee. You're making videos about coffee. You're teaching people how to make coffee. Rather than saying, right, point number 2, did you know that 38% of coffee providers are located in Kenya, and at the altitude of 3,800 meters, what that means is da-da-da-da-da-da. Rather than talking about facts, science, and that kind of stuff, share your own experiences and share your stories and share your perspectives. You can talk about your facts, you can share facts and figures in your videos as long as they're through the lens of a story. So for example, I was in Kenya recently and I was visiting a coffee farm, and I had this conversation with this guy, right? And he'd been making coffee for 30 years. And it's crazy because 32% of coffee is made in Kenya, right? And you tell that story, suddenly your video is so much more interesting. You're having your show rather than making your tutorials. There's actually a final point after the final point. I'm doing a 30-day challenge, all right? Forgive me for the slight lack of structure here. I hope you're still getting value from it. The final thing is when I say make your show, and I want to leave you this because I don't want to confuse you, this is to clarify things. When I say go and make your show, I don't just mean like go and talk about whatever you want and not have any kind of through line. As a coach, consultant, a creator, you want to be helping your audience usually with one specific thing or at least one specific area, and that's your courses, right? That's where your courses live. And so you don't want to start making videos called The Thomas Show and then talk about something completely unrelated. That's just not a good way to run a business. Like, your videos want to be leading into your course. And so you want a through thread, and this is going to be the thing that makes your show consistent. You want a thread that goes through the entire show and through all of your videos, which is, I get my avatar from this problem right through to this solution. And if you have that as the thread in your videos, and then around that you're weaving your fun, your different way of giving value, then you've struck gold. I hope that helps. This has been great to make this video. I've enjoyed myself. I hope you got value from it. If you have a question for me, just comment it in the comments below. And if you want to join me inside this epic 30-day challenge that I'm running in July and do it alongside me, the link to join us is in the description below. Congrats on everyone who's joined so far. Let's get it.